From Plymouth, Massachusetts, let them hear you. Let's go! From Plymouth, Massachusetts, let them hear you. Let's go! From Plymouth, Massachusetts, let them hear you. Let's go! From Plymouth, Massachusetts, let them hear you. Let's go! From Plymouth, Massachusetts, let them hear you. Let's go!
Let's go is right. Fight Fest is just under 2 weeks away. It's going to be an incredible night. And it just got that much better with a huge fight announcement that I made today. Starting your Labor Day off right on this Labor Day Monday. The big announcement, Joe the Party Penafiel taking on the Zohan, Randy Costa, Friday night, kicking off Fight Fest night one with an MMA glove Muay Thai fight. Randy, one of the most dynamic strikers to come out of Cage Titans. The Party, probably the biggest upset master or spoiler or like, I don't know how you would call him, but like, you know, just one of the most grizzled veterans to ever come to New England and just shut out every guy that stood in front of him. You know, so this match is intriguing on so many levels. You know, the Party is that kind of cerebral assassin. You know, he'll get in your head, he'll get in your face. And as for Randy, you know, we know his bread and butter striking. So, you know, we know what he brings to the table. So it's just gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. And it, you know, without the takedowns, it's just gonna be a fun fight. It's gonna be an incredible way to kick off Fight Fest and intro Cage Titans into the Ring Titans era, so to speak. So what else we got? My Cage Titans senses are still tingling. 8:07. I said 8 o'clock. I mean, listen, 8:07 for me is actually pretty good. I'm waiting for Andy to join me, and then it was getting a little late, so I said, screw it. I'm gonna just go without Andy, and he'll jump on. Randy's gonna be calling in. The Party's gonna be calling in. The place is absolutely going to be electric. Absolutely, Ian Barrett. Actually, with my announcement today, they got Ian's brother Peter so hyped up. He was like, "Can I get a match?" He said, "I saw some people in the comments saying that they were looking for fights." So he's like, "Let's see if we can make something happen." But no, we will not be getting Slippery Pete. Short notice. Putting together Randy in the Party was an undertaking. You know, so no more fights to add. We got 17 on both nights. We cannot add any fights. So yes, Ian, the place is definitely going to be electric. And actually, for those who don't know, we're going to have the ring and the cage set up on you know, on Friday night. So some of our Muay Thai, the first half of the show is going to be Muay Thai Oh, oops! Look at that! I'm messing with the lights. It's like a disco club here. I looked like I was a little too bright, so I was trying to lower the lights, but I ended up messing them up. Let's see if that's a little better. But either way, so we're gonna have the ring in the cage set up. So the ring will be the first half of the show, where Muay Thai in a ring, traditional, music, all that good stuff. And then at intermission, as you know, if you've been watching the show, we're gonna break down that ring, slide the cage into place. So it's gonna be an incredible night. Let's see what else I got for comments. So Ian Barrett, absolutely gonna be electric. Joey Collin, Randy versus Party is gonna be on the craziest small guy Muay Thai fights. It's gonna be a banger. Absolutely. I mean, listen, like I said, this fight card is this whole festival. Like when we announced that it was coming together, it was just insane. The amount of people, I think I told you guys leading up to it, I probably got 60, 70 MMA names. I probably got 50 Muay Thai names. Everybody wanted to be a part of this festival. We've had the fight set for the last few weeks, but when Randy made the call to me on Tuesday, it was just too cool of an opportunity to pass up. But we are not adding any more. So no more fights. Zohan by foot uppercut. I like that. And we'll actually talk about the Zohan. I'm pretty sure that term got coined at Cage Titans. Randy's going to be on in a minute. A lot of teammates fighting. Good nights coming up. Absolutely. I mean, I think Lozon has 4 or 5 guys. I know Citadel has 5 or 6 guys. Back to Basics has like 8 or 9, and they're actually fighting for 3 titles that night. So yeah, that's gonna be nuts. 8:10 for Andy. People are shitting on my timing. Steve Reed, 8:07's improvement. You usually are waiting for my 8 o'clock ends up 8:30. Where did I get the ring? Yeah, I don't know if you're talking about this ring. This is just a rubber wedding ring. If you're talking about the ring for the fights, we're getting from Aaron Bernardo. Shout out to him and his crew. But anyways, you're not here to listen to me. You're here to hear from the man himself, Randy Costa, the Zohan. So he's on, and I sent it over to the party. So the party's on party time. If you think my time is bad, the party's time is even worse. So the party will be on in a little bit. Last question I'll take before I get to Randy. Over the octagon, any way we can get Princeton out of Red Seal, a small glove Muay Thai fight. So actually Princeton's teammate, Anthony Scott, will be competing that night in a small glove as an amateur against Jordan Tavares from Regiment. So we do have Princeton's teammate fighting. Princeton was actually the first ever, when he took on Will Dueling, the first ever amateur small glove Muay Thai fight when we did it back in the cage. So Princeton always has a home with Cage Titans. But after his first performance, I'll tell you, honestly, not many people have been signed up to fight Princeton every time he's giving me his name. So we'll do our best for the next one for sure. And I think that this Ring Titans event is going to get a little bit of buzz, and then next show is just going to be even bigger. Without further ado, the Zohan himself. Let's go. Come on, man.
Yo.
How's it going, brother?
Good, bro. How you doing? I'm pumped, bro.
I'm living life, man. I feel like I've talked to you a million times in the last week, more than I've talked to most people. But we finally made it happen. We're finally here. How's it feel?
Bro, it's cool. It's going to be such a sick night, dude. And obviously, everybody loves party, bro. Everybody loves party. And I felt like this was just a perfect opportunity to come back to Cage Titans and try to make a little bit of noise for Ring Titans.
Yeah, obviously, super appreciative, when you mentioned kind of, the background of wanting to kind of give back to Cage Titans, and you thought this was a perfect opportunity. So we're super stoked and, happy that you think of us in that way. But before that, you've been trying to get a fight for a while now, which just seems like everybody, Brian Kelleher, the names are endless, that just kept saying no. What's that been like for you, and how frustrating has it been for you to try to get back into the cage, the game bred cage, the ring, whatever? It's just been impossible to get you fights.
Yeah, bro. It's been like the last 2 years has been such a motherfucker finding fights. It's been the story of the last 2 years. And then this time I was just getting fed up, and I was like, fuck this, bro. Like, I'm done waiting. I'm going to fight any kind of fight besides like a normal MMA fight. And then this came to the table, but it's been like, dude, it's been frustrating, man. Like, it's been these long year layoffs, and that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to stay active, dude. I was in BKFC's ear, like, the day after the fight. I'm like, let me fight fucking next week, bro. Let me fight in a week. I want to stay active. And like I said, man, I'm thankful that Cage Titans has this going on right now, because it's also giving me an opportunity to stay active.
Yeah, definitely. it's an exciting too, because like, you know, you're about adventure. I mean, the Zohan adventure. Somebody actually said rare sighting of the Zohan in the United States. You know, somebody actually questions how much have you learned when you were abroad. We'll get to that question in a minute, but like, you know, you're all about adventure and kind of checking off bucket lists. And to do this at Ring Titans 1, you know, what was the wheels kind of going through your head when BKFC didn't seem like it happened, and what made you kind of pick up that phone, text me, and what was going through your mind when that all went down?
Yeah, so I've been trying to get the BKFC fight. I was told October. Though it was never promised, I was told that there could potentially be an opportunity to fight in October. So I've been sitting around waiting for that. And like you referred to like the whole adventure thing and like that, yeah, dude, that's what it is. Like I guess these last couple years, dude, I learned to like just do whatever the fuck I want to do whenever I want to do it. And that's led me down like this really crazy world that's really unorthodox and probably stupid to a lot of people. But like it's just these kind of bucket list opportunities. Like similar situation happened 2 years ago when I was supposed to fight Cupcakes, and then he got ill on the day of the fight, and I was scrambling to find fights, and then Game Bread called, and that opportunity came up. But prior to that, it was never like that was completely off the table. And then when I started being open to more opportunities and like saying yes to the shit that makes no sense, dude, like everything became more fun. And like I have like these kind of bucket list type fights that I want. Like I don't want to just be a normal MMA fighter, dude. I want to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. If I want to go to the fucking moon tomorrow, bro, I want to go to the moon. If I want, like, I just want to do whatever I want. And like fighting small glove kickboxing, dude, like this is like a way on the top of the bucket list. Like this seems like it's way up my alley. I mean, everybody knows like if you're gonna fight me in MMA, the clearest path to victory would probably be to take me down and choke me, right? But with this, it eliminates that, and I feel like this is gonna give me a platform to like really show all these tools that I have that I've been unable to use because obviously the takedowns in the back of my mind. So I'm really excited, man. I'm excited to like just be creative and let everything flow, man. I want to create some art next week, bro. I want to create some art.
Absolutely. And Party is on his side. He's somebody that will partake in the art masterpiece, you know, the trash talking, the pomp and circumstance of the fights, the weigh-ins. You know, he's definitely going to add to the aura. When we talked about a couple of different opponents, I think in both of our hearts, when the Party's name came up, it was like, okay, yeah, this is just something that's not an ordinary fight, because we could have went with an ordinary opponent, but this, you know, Party's something special, especially here in New England. You know, he's a special individual, so I'm excited to have that. But back to one thing you were saying earlier about staying active. That's something that that's been your whole career. I remember we were talking about it earlier. You made your Cage Titans pro debut at 39. Then you fought at 40, 41, 42. And when I was looking at it earlier when we announced this fight, your longest fight in those 4 fights was 1 minute and 11 seconds. All in the first round, all knockouts. So, you know, you love to stay busy, whether it's fighting, jumping on a plane and going, you know, snorkeling or saving the elephants, whatever you're doing, man, you're living life. And I love that mentality. Let me jump around a little bit, but I want to go to Joey's question. He said, what's a lesson that you learned when you're out about and abroad? It's something, you know, share something from your travels when you're abroad.
Yeah, bro. I guess like the biggest thing is realizing like how lucky I am and how lucky we all are to even be able to watch this kind of conversation that we're happening but behind the phone screen, right? You see all these places and these crazy unfortunate circumstances and people being dirt poor, not having access to anything, right? And it kind of like, you realize they're the fucking happiest ones, dude. They have nothing and they're the happiest. So I like the biggest thing that I was able to take away from all that is like just simplify fucking everything, dude. Detach from everything because nothing matters, and just like literally appreciate the things that you do have and like appreciate the things that this world has to offer instead of being caught up in all like this superficial shit, man. And I feel like that was a big problem. Maybe I guess I didn't really have like a huge problem like that. But seeing like I didn't have a huge problem with like superficial stuff, but seeing everything and seeing all these people and all these circumstances, and like puts everything in check, dude. Like we're talking because I'm gonna go fight a guy named Joe Party next week in Plymouth, who's a fucking maniac, dude. Like how much fun is that, dude? Like people would be dying for these kind of opportunities, and I'm also seeing these fighters from all over the world that are fucking nasty, dude, and they have no opportunity and no platform and no nothing. And we have access to all those things. So I think the biggest thing that I learned from all the traveling is just like simplify fucking everything, have nothing, and you'll be happy as a clam, dude.
Absolutely. You know, watching some of those videos when you're traveling abroad, you know, the amount of smiles and just happy to talk and see you, even though half the time I didn't even know the language they were speaking. You probably didn't either, but it was like smiles and just having a great time. And it was just amazing to see. So it's definitely it's fun living vicariously through you when we see you on these travels. But, you know, fast forwarding now to the party himself, you know, he's fought some of your teammates, some of your training partners. You've trained with him. You know, bring us like a little bit up to speed on what you are kind of looking forward to in this particular matchup, you know, from his style and in this kind of new form for both of you guys, because you guys have, neither one of you, I don't think, have competed in pro Muay Thai before. So what are you kind of looking forward to in this matchup against him in particular?
Yeah, so I guess I'll kind of start in the beginning with the relationship that I have with Party. So obviously he had been fighting around Cage Titans for a little while when I wasn't around here. So I was familiar with his name, and I'm familiar with his teammates, and I'm friendly with a lot of those teammates. Him and I fought on when I fought the first Game Bred fight. He also fought that night, and I met him, and it was just super good vibes. We did like our weight cut. We were like warming up together. He was just like a super cool dude to me. Like it was just all love. So then when I hit you up about the small glove Muay Thai opportunity, and you mentioned his name, I wasn't interested in fighting him because I consider him to be like, you know, I love that kid. He's an awesome dude. So I didn't want to fight him, and I didn't want to give you an answer. So I called Party and I asked him. I said, "Hey, dude, this is my situation. Full transparency, bro. I'm dealing with this. I'm hitting up Holver for a small glove Muay Thai fight, and he mentioned your name." I said, "Bro, I love you, man, and it's all respect. But if you're down, I'm down because this could be so fucking cool in New England for the first small glove Muay Thai fight." And obviously, I've seen a bunch of his fights, and he is what everyone sees. He is what everyone loves. He's a maniac. He puts on a show, right? He might not be the most technical guy, but he figures shit out. He makes it work. He's always in the fight. It's tough to count him out. And he's just like, he's Party, dude. He's his own figure. He's his own character. And I understand like all his antics and the things that he pulls at weigh-ins. And like that's part of the things that you sign up for, right? Like I know all these things are coming. It doesn't affect me. It's whatever. And I know it doesn't come from a bad place. He's just trying to, build shit up and do what he needs to do. And I love all that. So I'm excited for like the whole Party experience. I'm excited to have that experience in front of the place where I started in a rule set where I feel like I'm the best at and have the best chance to like showcase the creativity and the things that I've been working so hard on for the past X amount of years that I felt I haven't been able to show them. So I'm just excited all around. I'm excited all around, man. And you had mentioned like the adventure thing again, and I'm not interested in like a boring fight. Like I'm talking shit about not being able to find a fight, and I can find an MMA fight anywhere, dude. Like that's not a hard thing to find, but I need something that excites me. And you mentioned another name, and that didn't even interest me a little bit, dude, because it's like for fucking what, dude? For what? Like no, like it's just whatever. Like all love to that person, but it's just like I'm not interested in that. But a guy like Party, who's exciting, he's fought a bunch of tough dudes, he has a good record, he brings eyeballs. People love him. People hate him. Like that's what I want, dude. And I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to have that.
I'm kind of chuckling as you were big screen. I'm kind of behind the scenes laughing to myself because I'm like, I love everything you say about Party. How we're friends with this. I guarantee when he gets on the show, he's like, "Fuck Randy Costa."
I know. I know he is, dude. I know he is.
And then Joey Collar says, even though Randy and Joe are civil, he goes, "I got plus 1,000 odds. Party pushes Randy during the ceremonial weigh-ins."
Without a shot, dude. If he tries to fight me at the weigh-ins, I'm literally just gonna fucking pull guard, bro, because I'm fighting on the feet on Friday night. So I'm not engaging in it, dude.
That's too funny. I will say, even I'm always on alert for like the Party at weigh-ins because like even times when like one of his opponents, his kids was there and he was standing next to him, I'm like, all right, I'm cool. I can be loose. Like Party, I don't got to be on edge. And Party still took a swipe at him, and his kid was standing next to him.
Yeah.
So Party is just wild.
And like I've seen it all, right? Because we fought on that first Game Bred card. We were in the press conference together. We sat next to each other. He put his arm around me like Party does, bro. We had the same warm up. Like I've seen it. Like it's him, dude. It's funny. I love it.
All right, there you go. Mikey Toscano's asking, are you walking out in the purple suit, please?
My goodness, bro.
Mikey, do me a favor. Send me a picture of him in the purple suit, and I'll pull it up on the screen so we can all see what you're talking about.
I can't believe you didn't see that. That was a good one.
Oh man, I haven't seen the purple. Did you get that made in Thailand or something?
I was in Vietnam and I got it made in Vietnam, and then I went on like this long motorcycle ride on a 50cc scooter and through the mountains, and I got it was just a mess, dude. And I was wearing the custom suit in it. It was funny, bro. It was
Do
funny.
you still have the suit?
Yeah, of course I do, bro. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, going that whole distance on like the back of a scooter, I figured maybe got torn up or something.
No, I wore no, it was fine. It was fine. It's just dirty.
Okay. What's going back to your adventures a little bit. You told kind of what it helped you kind of sit back. I'm not going to ask you for your craziest story because knowing you, it's probably not good for TV. But like, give us like a little fun story that you could share. Maybe not a full send Randy story, but maybe like a PG-13 version if you could share one.
A PG-13 one? I don't think I have like a PG. What's that?
You can skim up to R, but like not go full send. Like give us something.
I can't even think of one because all of them were really bad. But I mean, I went hitchhiking in India, and I ended up at this festival, dude. It was like the coolest festival, and it taught me so much, and I learned so much about everything. It's called Mahakumbh Mela. If you're not familiar with it, you should look it up. It happens once every 144 years. It was the largest gathering this world's ever seen. It was like 6 million people or something crazy like that. And it was just pretty much a huge celebration of death, and it was like the most amazing thing I ever saw. But I got there by hitchhiking, and I think that's probably like a G-rated story for this.
All right, good. I actually was just creeping on your Facebook. I can't find a picture of the purple suit, so
someone's gonna send it because someone's gonna send it because it's hilarious, and I have like these silly goggles on, dude, and I look ridiculous.
I actually liked your photo the other day. You were gonna send me for your weigh-in photos. Actually, and it was you with the ski goggles on. Tell us
ski goggles, bro.
Yeah, ski goggles. What are they? Snorkel goggles.
We'll call it that, dude.
What was it? Those are snorkel goggles, no?
It's called a dive mask, Mike, but we can call it snow goggles.
Listen, man, I've actually, Randy, I'm gonna share a fun story with you snorkeling. So last time I went snorkeling, it was me and my wife, and we're just kind of it wasn't snorkeling, it was actually scuba diving. So we got past the scuba diving stuff, and we're doing the scuba diving, and we got lost from the boat. So we just were like in the zone. We're looking around, and we're not following the group. Next thing we look up, and everybody's gone. And I'm like, don't freak out. We can't ascend to it. Like, I'm trying to keep my wife calm. And we're like, fuck. So finally, we slowly go to the top, and we come up, and we're just here. The boat fucking way fucking far. They didn't even realize we weren't on the boat. And like, we're trying to scream for them to fucking get us. It was wild, man.
How long were you stuck?
I've never gone scuba diving again. Never go scuba diving again. My wife will never go scuba diving again.
If you come with me, I promise I'll get you back on the boat, bro.
All right. It was fucking wild. It was just like we were in our zone. We did everything you weren't supposed to do. We didn't stick with the group, and the next thing you fucking know, we come up and they're gone, and we're screaming for them. Somebody sent me the Instagram link, but fucking, I don't think I can share an Instagram link. Send me a DM.
You can screenshot it.
Oh well, I mean, I'm on my computer and I'm on my phone. Andy, I'm not. I mean, Randy, I'm not. It's a lot. It's a lot going live.
I don't care, man. You're trying to pull it up. It doesn't make the picture's already out there.
I mean, yeah. Well, there you go. Well, this is a good way for everybody to go follow Randy. What's your Instagram?
So Randy_Costa.
There you go, Randy_Costa. Don't you have another one too, like the Zohan Adventure?
Zohan's Adventure, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, go follow him. I'm not going to keep scrolling while I'm talking to him, and try to find it. What do you say? Steve Rita, I did one of your fights, and before the fight started, your opponent said to me, I'm outclassed, so if I get in trouble, just stop it. Do we want to guess who that was?
Who am I? I don't know who that. Maybe Kenny Lewis.
Could have been Kenny. Actually, he's the first one. I also laugh always when I think about you in your fights. Kenny Lewis, you just frozen pizza him. Is that what
frozen
that was the
pizza?
Term, frozen pizza? Andy dubbed it frozen pizza. And the next thing you know, he's out cold. And then he pops up like nothing happened. He was so excited because Lozon was cornering that night.
He was taking pictures with us. Yeah. He had Lozon sign his. So you have like posters that you hang on the chairs in the back room.
Yeah.
He had Lozon sign his because he had nothing else to sign.
I've never seen somebody.
We have it all on video
excited.
too. I think Nick Heiler has all that on video.
Yeah, I've never seen somebody more excited to get knocked out. It was fucking.
He was pumped, bro. He was so pumped. Hey, I give the people what they want, man. I'm a nice guy.
There you go. Well, we're gonna give the people what we want. We got the party king here, so let's bring on the party king. What's going on, my man? Hold on, let's see. Your mic's muted. You can't hear me? We can hear you. No, we can't hear you.
I can hear you, Mike.
He can see us. I don't know. He might be just fucking with us. Are you connected to your phone's Bluetooth, Party? Or call back in. Call back in. Let's see. Now he's frozen. Actually, we have Steve Rita comment again. Fun fact, my middle name is Costa.
Interesting.
Steve Costa Rita. Interesting. Exactly. Oh, somebody sent me a DM. Hold on. Where are you at? Do I hear the party? Where's the party? Are you there, party? Oh, he's got another phone. He's got a different one. We're going to take
this is
one
awesome.
Out. Oh, we can't hear you again.
We can't hear you.
Oh, man. Party with technical difficulties. Let me kick him out of the studio and see if he comes back. Kick guest. All right. Well, we'll get the party in a minute. At least he's coming in.
He's coming.
And Steve wants you to know he's Portuguese.
Tell us more.
Yeah. Steve, anything else you want to share? There you go. Where's the next adventure? Do you have the next one planned?
It's game time decision, bro. There's never a plan. No plan's the best plan.
I like that too. Somebody said, turn the bullshit filter off and maybe we'll hear him. Ooh,
damn.
John throwing some fucking
from the top ropes, bro.
Yeah, nice. So, Randy, before we get on to the party, obviously a couple teammates that you've been training with that are competing on Fight Fest. Give us a little insight of the next crop of up and comers to look forward to seeing.
Yeah, obviously Mark McKay's fighting on that Saturday. Alyssa Tortora's finally fighting on. She's a killer. Brandon Avala's making his amateur debut. Sahib Jackson's fighting. Who else is fighting? Vinny Tedesco's fighting. Vinny and Brandon are fighting. I like both those guys. I trained with Vinny a little bit at Boletto's, and I trained with Brandon a little bit at Lozon's, or maybe more than a little bit. Who else is fighting? But yeah, all Josiah's fighting for the 125-pound belt. Yeah, dude, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for all those guys to get these fights, dude, because a couple of them, they've been having this is their first fight. They were having hard times getting opponents, and like Sahib's now he's going back to back on fights. Josiah's obviously been super hot. Alyssa hasn't been able to get fights, so I'm just excited for all of them, dude. I'm excited for all of them, and I'm excited to be there and I guess kick off the weekend because I don't think any of them are fighting on Friday night either.
Yep, there you go. All right, let's give the party. We got the party back. Let's turn the handsome up party.
What the fuck is up, guys?
There we go.
Yeah, a little bit of fucking love from over here down in Florida, from the South. I just wanted to let everyone know that Friday night, me and Randy are gonna blow the fucking roof off. Me and Randy might be nice to each other because we know each other professionally, and I love him as a brother in Christ and all that good shit. But don't get it twisted. If you're gonna be there Friday night, we're gonna go to war. I know he's gonna send it. I could already see and feel the high kicks coming. I know he's been working on his boxing, but I've also been working year-round, non-stop. The party continues. This is the house of party. It never dies, and I'm ready to ride into fucking New England, take him out, and continue on the fucking train. The party train doesn't stop here, guys. We're going to keep it going, and we got some more things happening by the end of the year. But first things fucking first, September 12th, Friday night. Get your fucking tickets. Go online. Go find Randy. If you're ever near his hometown of Taunton or wherever he's from, get with them right away and get some tickets.
There you go. The party continues. Obviously, we were trying to work on an opponent for you, the party. A couple names. One looks like we're going to be down the line. But you were wanting to be a part of this Fight Fest, and what was your first thought when Randy's name, when I gave you a call, and was like, "Listen, this last guy I had for you doesn't look like it's going to work. What do you think about Randy?" What was your immediate thoughts and excitement level pertaining to this type of match?
Randy is an awesome opponent to have like across the cage from you or the ring. He's talented as fuck, got lots of horsepower, and I feel like he's more of a Corvette type of athlete. He probably runs really fast, like his 40-yard dash type shit. And I respect him a ton as a fucking fighter, but life works in mysterious ways, and we might have met each other one time at Gamebred FC down the road for that 135 bantamweight title. I know he fought Brandon Davis, I fought Brandon Davis, and we probably all have unsettled business to finish between each other. And this is really a top-notch, world-class fight you're getting right there in Plymouth in beautiful Memorial Hall. You're going to see blood. You're going to see guts. You're also going to see awesome technique and awesome fighters and awesome people give out anything and everything I have I will give to beat Randy that night. And he knows it. I'm obviously a crazy fuck. And as soon as I heard his name, I said, yeah, why the fuck not? I love the guy, but as soon as the business part got done with it, we got to fight, and we'll have beers and probably smoke a fat one afterwards. But this is it. This is the business we're in. I'm here to hurt him. He's here to put me out. We both want to make highlight reels out of each other. But at the same time, I want him to go home healthy to his parents. He has a great family that backs him up. And I love the Zohan, but I also love the fight. I love my family. I love New England, and I love cage time. So I'm here to put a show on. Everyone needs to come watch. This is like the beginning of the party mania. Come watch. Come all. Come see Randy fall. Have a ball. Call your friends. Call your mom. Call the babysitter. Call the bondsman. Tell them to give you a few minutes before you have to turn yourself in, and let's watch some fights Friday night. Kick off the whole Fight Fest for you guys.
Amen,
I like
bro.
it.
Amen.
Yeah. Randy, the stage is yours. You got to come up with something to top that.
I can't top that, bro. Mic drop, bro. Mic drop. He's got that one.
Round one, the party.
No, but like I'm saying, guys, like I don't think people or fans don't understand. I know a lot of times Plymouth Memorial Hall gets filled up full of friends and family, but anyone that knows anything about MMA knows that Randy Costa is a very dangerous opponent, explosive. He has great training partners in his area, great coaches backing him up. And same thing with me. I train with guys like Charles Johnson and other guys every day, Mike Davis, and the list goes on and on down here in Florida. But it's not about them. It's about us. It's about us going in there and giving you something to remember. And it's just Friday night. Don't forget, it's 2 nights of action. You guys can buy tickets for 2 nights. Make it cheaper for yourself. Come out with the family. Bring your girlfriend. Have a night out with the boys. Get a table. Let's get these tickets sold. New England, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, everyone and their mother, Maine, come out. Come support. Let's do this. You know what I mean? This isn't going to be anything patty cake. If you know what this guy does, he sends it. The Zohan's going to come in for a headshot. Same with me. I'm coming in punching in bunches. So I just can't really wait. I can't wait. People try to hide and fight and wait and pick times to fight me. Randy's a man. We're going in there and giving you guys a show. Fuck cutting weight. Fuck titles. It's all about respect, honor at the end of the day. But most of all, we want a show. We want blood. We want guts. And that's what we're going to provide. Friday night, get your tickets. But I say get them for 2 nights. Friday night, Ring Titans, and Saturday night, close your evening out with some awesome cage fights over. It's going to be amazing, guys. I can't even talk about it much. I got the Rolly in action. We're here bartending. My manager told me I can go out for a half hour if I needed to. I got some cool managers here. So I'm out here. I'm going to try not to drink as much beer because this guy's going to come heavy-handed. And so it is what it is. Only Coors Light.
I'm thinking we could sell tickets to party with you two on Saturday night, because that's going to be a cool thing for fans. They're going to see you guys fight in the cage on Friday, but party, you're going to be in town for the whole weekend. So like they get to get the party experience as a fan while you'll be in the crowd on Saturday night hanging with us. Hopefully you'll be hanging with us. We want you at the, we can get you in the commentary booth.
Always. I'll sneak in that commentator booth. You never know who I run into the commentating booth. Maybe I'll smack someone around. But besides that, right now we got a real man, a real person to face. He's not hiding and picking the 3 months down the road to make him feel better. He wants to fight. I want to fight, and it was that easy, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how real warriors do it. He tells me something, I tell him something, we talk some shit. But watch out, Friday night. Pack your fucking lunch, baby, because I'm going to come for his head. I'm not going to be playing around. I know I'm funny. I know people think I'm crazy, but it is what it is. I'm from Florida. I have a different type of water we drink out here, lots of algae and chlorine, and I'm just trying to survive this swamp, and I don't want to end up an alligator or whatever. So I got to keep my nose clean, too, because I'll smack the shit out of people when I get to New England. There's a couple guys that I don't like, and they know who they are. There's one team in particular that I already told myself I'm going to try not to act crazy, but if they come up to me, I'm going to smack the fuck out of them. But that's besides the point. Randy and me are a main event. It would have been a main event for Gamebred FC. It would have been a main event here. It would have been a main event if we had a UFC fight night or some shit. That's how good we are. So people need to recognize that.
Can I make a request, Party, can I make a request?
Talk to me, you fucking slut.
Can you not smack anyone until Saturday, bro, so we can fight?
No, of course.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
There's some little kids I gotta smack though, these guys, but that's okay. I'm just being a bully, and I love to be a dickhead. So you know what it is, brother.
Hey, people are asking us what weight we're fighting at. We're fighting at fucking gangster weight, right? We're just gonna show up and fight. 150 pounds.
150 pounds or anything we can fucking whatever you want. It really doesn't matter to me.
Whatever, bro.
I'm not into this weight cutting shit. I'm really big. My buddy down here, Alex Caceres, fought a few times for dirty boxing. He had a big issue with this one guy. He was like 0.5 over, and the guy kept making him go lose weight. Guys, it's not about cutting weight. This isn't a cutting weight competition. If you don't want to fight someone, that's great. That's your decision and your team's decision, but that's some pussy ass shit. It's a fight. We weigh about the same. Yes, he might weigh 5-6 pounds more than me, maybe. Who gives a fuck? It's a fight. If a guy comes up to your wife or your kids, are you gonna just stand there and ask him his weight and pull out a scale? No, we fight. We're men. We're gonna fight. We're gonna handle business. The crowd's gonna love it, and someone's gonna be a highlight reel finish. Him or me. I don't know who, but I live by the sword and die by the sword, and I think Randy does the same. We want big fights. We want big money, and I want the crowd to be lit. So I hope they're all coming out, because I'm going to blow the fucking gates off right when I walk out. I don't know what song I'm coming out to, but I'm thinking about it, and it's got to be something dirty, something fun, and something fast-paced.
There you go. Hey, I got to get to a question. This guy had a question for the last few minutes, but I've just been letting you do your masterpiece party. But Joey Colleran says he has two questions. First to Randy. How are you going to be able to prepare for the pressure, the pure pressure that the party brings?
Wrong guy.
No, that's you.
What was the question?
Yeah, you didn't even listen, Randy.
He said, "Don't."
I got it. Okay. Yep.
You said, how are you going to prepare for the pure pressure that the party brings?
Yeah. So like I had said before, like, I mean, it's been pretty clear, like the cleanest path to beat me is get in my face and kind of try to walk me down, right? And I think that I'm very aware of Joe Party's game in that regard, and I think he does pretty good at it. He's really frustrating to deal with because of the way that he moves. He's always moving in a funky direction, walking in a way that doesn't make sense. He's kind of zagging when he's supposed to be zigging, but it's really effective for him. So dealing with the pressure, I've been training for just boxing for the last X amount of time, right? And I think that doing so much boxing is going to help me big time with that pressure. And especially now that we're going to be fighting in a ring, I think that also plays to my favor. But the pressure is definitely going to be a factor in this fight. And if there's one person that has that dirty, ugly style pressure, it is Party.
So Party, same guy had a question, two parts, was to you. How are you going to prepare for the head kicks of Randy?
Like I told everyone, man, you guys got to be careful with Randy. He's a dangerous fucking opponent. But luckily, I'm a veteran of many fights, and I have a whole gym full of guys to fucking head kick me. And literally, we're working on lots of combinations. And I'm sure Randy understands that too. I know if everyone thinks he's just a head kick guy, they're fucking retarded. He punches. He has a lot of good stuff about him, and I have noticed that he's been doing lots of boxing to clean up maybe some of the shorter distance, maybe in the pressure and to deal with it. But I'm not here to change my style. I'm not here to bend and break anything. I've done that before and made that as a like that's been my mistake before in the past in a few fights. I'm literally gonna go out there and be myself. Obviously, I got my teammates throwing head kicks at me and me doing pad work, trying to time, all types of shit. But at the end of the day, Randy's gonna fight. I'm gonna make him fight, and he's gonna hit me, and I'm gonna hit him. So it's sometimes tactics are tactics, but once you're in the fire, you better be fucking moving and grooving, and that's what we're gonna be doing. I think he provides one of the most fan-friendly styles, and so do I. You know what I mean? You're gonna be at the edge of your seat. My hands will be down. I will not give a fuck, and I will push the pace. I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna be heavy. I don't gotta worry about weight class and losing weight and guys not taking fights because I'm too big or I won't show up in weight, although I've always showed up on weight. It is what it is, and it's going to be a fun fight. Tune in September 12th. It's going to be a barn burner.
There you go. So, Party, before I let you go, I know you're at work.
Yeah.
I come into your bar and say, make me the party special. What's your drink that you make?
I don't make anything crazy. I think people fuck up bartending and food in that way where they try to change shit up. If you're having Italian food, it should be Italian food. Like, everything needs to be fucking authentic in a way. Like, I don't like when people change shit out and try to make nacho sushi and weird shit like that. You get what I mean? That fucks up everything. If I want like spaghetti bolognese or pappardelle with bolognese, like it better be pappardelle with bolognese. I don't want weird shit associated with it. So I would give you an old fashioned. I'll give you maybe a Buffalo Trace or something a little nicer, but I'll stick somewhere in the middle like a Buffalo Trace. It's probably only 12 or 15. I think it's only $12 when you walk into the bar for a Buffalo Trace. Old fashioned, baby. If not, I'll give you a skinny marg, and if I don't give you a skinny marg, I'll make you maybe something funner like I can make margaritas out of any flavors that I usually use. Mango, I can make a cucumber margarita, but I make it all from scratch with real lime juice and snow margarita mix. So everything will be beautiful out there. If you like a good old fashioned, I know I do. So that's what I really rock with the most.
So there you guys had it. So obviously these two are throwing down on Friday night. The after party on Friday night, get the man an old fashioned. Saturday night at the fights, get the man an old fashioned. You know what the party's looking to bring. Well, thank you so much for calling in tonight, Party. Thank you so much for being a part of Fight Fest. I'm so stoked that we're able to pull this together. Incredible fight. Any last words before you get back to slinging the drinks?
Last words for everyone. I want to really thank Mike, Cage Titans, his wife, his kids for letting him do all this stuff. You guys don't know how much time and dedication goes to putting on these events. A lot of people just show up and think Mike is just doing this like, snap at his fingers and it pops up. No, there's years, not years, but there's, years of experience and stuff, but there's sleepless nights, there's fighters calling out and all types of things, and fights happen last minute. So give this guy all the respect that he deserves. I love Cage Titans, and like I told you, I'm not gonna. I'm the type of guy I can go till I'm fucking 42, 45. I don't give a fuck. I have a really different type of body. I mean, I look like I'm fucking 25 right now. Great skin, great hair. I don't know if you guys see that. I'm just a good-looking guy all over the place. So the party's lit. The party continues. Plymouth Memorial Hall, Cage Titans. It's going to be September 12th, baby. Fight Fest, the first night. Ring Titans, the first one ever. I'm so proud and I'm so happy to be fighting the Zohan. But like I said, I'm here to bring the pain. I'm here to bring the pace. And I'm too sweet. I'm too sweet. I'm the man of the hour. Too sweet to be sour, baby. So just stay on board. The party train's going to hit fucking Plymouth hard like a rock. And that's how hard I plan to hit fucking Randy. I want to put his fucking lights out. I want to take his clout. I want to take his name and notch it onto one of my belts. And like I said, to me, this is destiny. I think we were supposed to fight in Game Bread FC eventually. I wanted to fight for that world title he got to fight for. I fucked up and lost against Brandon Davis, and it didn't happen. But you know, the world works in mysterious ways. And look now, we're about to be fighting in our favorite regional promotion in the fucking country. Cage Titans beats all these guys. The best, the best. I'm telling you, the best hotels, the best food around town, the best hospitality, the best fans. If you want to get booed, if you want to get cheered, you get everything you want on Cage Titans in Plymouth. So come down, check the show out, buy your tickets. Find Randy's Instagram handle. Find him. Find a way to get your tickets. Support your fighters. Support us, okay? Local fighters. Go out there and buy your tickets from us. Thank you all. I will see you on the other side, and I will be there ready to square up with Randy. And I just want to tell him, God bless. I hope he's training, but bring his lunch pail because I'm coming in with some heat. I want to work, but I want to work fast too. I only got 3 minutes, so peace.
There you go. Randy, before party leaves, anything for the party?
Nothing, bro. Nothing. Let's go.
Love
Right.
you, Randy.
Love you, bro.
Tell your parents.
Thank
Hey,
you.
tell your parents I said hello, and I love you guys all. Mike, I love you all. Fuck everybody, and fuck that Jacobo kid. Fuck Jay Perrin and everyone else. Thank you all. I gotta go. I got fucking dudes looking at me crazy out here. Bye.
Later. Oh man, he's always a handful. All right, so I asked him what his drink of choice, just for fun, before we go and close out the night. What's your drink of choice?
I don't even drink, bro. I like maybe wine sometimes, but I don't even drink, dude. I just smoke a lot of weed.
Well, he did say he would partake in that as well. So I think you guys are covered. So there you have it. You can't buy him any of that at the fights, but for out-of-state fighters, it is legal in Massachusetts, so you can go to the dispensary and partake if you like. But either way, Randy, we're super excited to have you in the party. Always fun having the party. Hearing him talk, what are you thinking about? Because like we have you both on, and ends up being the party show, man. He's never short for words. What are you thinking as you listen to him talk?
I'm just observing, bro, because I think he's so interesting, man. He's out of his mind. He's funny. He's wacky, and I'm just like I'm trying to see where he's going with the things he's thinking and saying. And he's funny, bro. I enjoy listening to him talk, and it's crazy. I think he said "fuck you" to every other person on this planet besides me. So, and I'll take that, bro.
Oh man. Anyways, well, thank you so much for joining us on the show tonight. For those who haven't already, if you needed a reason to go to Ring Titans 1, you have it now. Randy, the Zohan, Costa taking on Joe the Party Penafiel. Hit up Randy across all social media to get your tickets. Hit up your favorite fighter. I say this all the time. It's not just for show. These fighters get paid off their ticket sales. It does them no good buying them from the website. They get a percentage of what they sell. So make sure you hit them up and hit up any one of your favorite fighters to get tickets so you can help them out with all their expenses and stuff like that. So thank you, Randy, and we'll see you in a week.
All right, bro. See you soon, man. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Thank you so much.
Peace.
Peace. All right. There we go. The party and the Zohan. Yeah, man, it's going to be a crazy fight. Ian Barrett, honored to make your debut on this card. Oh, man, it's definitely going to be a banger, and I'm stoked about your card, your fight as well. I don't think we announced it, but your fight with Brandon Martin officially is going to be inside the cage. Both sides agreed. So you guys were originally going to fight in the ring, but now you're going to be fighting in the cage. So Ian Barrett versus Brandon Martin. Woo! Zachary Converse taking on David Diaz on Fight Fest Night 2. And Jared Kelly, what a fight. Honestly, like I kind of feel like an imposter in the room with those two guys. I remember when we were talking about this fight, and I said to both guys, I'm like, honestly, like this fight should be somewhere else. And I say that just straight out being real. Like this fight, like I think the party said, like this could headline, a show of like the Game Bread caliber. This could be a headliner on a huge BKFC fight card. could be on a UFC type card. Like this fight could happen on those stages, especially. And I say that because those two guys have excelled on those stages with Gamebred and things like that. So it's just I didn't even feel worthy of making this fight, if I'm going to be quite honest. And I said to both guys, I'm like, listen, man, you guys deserve to be making a bunch of bags for this fight. I'm honored that you guys are willing to fight what you're fighting for in terms of money, knowing this is the first ever show for us for Ring Titans. Because of your love of the promotion, first and foremost, and wanting to give back to Cage Titans. And you know, that really, you know, it might not mean much to most people, but like to me, it's like, man, I wish I could pay you all the money in the world for this type of fight. Like, you guys deserve it. You guys could get huge money in Gamebred. You know, Gamebred's paying, you know, UFC level, entry level money, you know, 10,000 and 10,000, stuff like that. And it's like, dude, I can't afford you guys like at this stage. And it's like, no, man, we want to come to Cage Titans. We want to do this fight at this show because this is the first time you're doing it. We want to give it a little star power. And, you know, we really appreciate everything you've done for our careers. So, yeah, man. That's just, yeah, man. It's just it's definitely very cool and heartfelt from both guys. So I do appreciate that. And I hope you guys understand that as well from a fan's perspective. You know, this is, you know, these guys, you know, willing to put it on the line just to do it for Cage Titans and Ring Titans and to start off this new adventure with a bang was really what put this fight together. You know, the party knew he's fighting in November, but he was like, I still want to be a part of Fight Fest. I still want to bring some pizzazz to Fight Fest. It's going to be just a fun weekend. I want to be there anyways, and I'd rather be fighting. And you know, same thing with Randy when he was like, you know, I had a couple other offers, you know, blah blah blah, and he's just like, I kind of want to, you know, get on Ring Titans. I thought that'd be cool. So yeah, man, shout out to both guys. It really means a lot to me. Bush doesn't get enough credit. Has been unstoppable. Shit, Bush doesn't get enough. That's our main event for Saturday night. Dakota Bush versus Joe Giannetti. Tonight we're just talking about the party versus the Zohan, which is Friday night. Saturday night we have Dakota Bush and Joe Giannetti in the main event. And no, Bush gets all the credit in the world. Bush, since the UFC cut, he's won 6 in a row. He's absolutely been unstoppable. And the only reason he's fighting on the local level is because, you know, for us is because no one will fight this guy. You know, who's wanted to step in, and why he's not in the UFC is beyond me after a 6-fight win streak. But essentially him and Joe Giannetti were in the same exact situation. Like, no one will fight us locally, but the UFC is telling us they want to see 1 or 2 more wins before they take us. Why 1 or 2? I don't know, especially when they're a 6-fight win streak in Dakota Bush's situation. But no one would fight either one of these guys, and they've just been sitting on the sidelines hoping for somebody to answer the call. And this is another type of fight that, like, if you told me 5 years ago this type of level of fight would be happening at Cage Titans, I'm like, no way. You know, so it speaks to the level we've grown to and the fact that people feel like we have enough promotion behind us to give them the oomph and the platform to succeed and propel their career to the next level. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, man. So that's cool that this fight is happening at Cage Titans 73 on Saturday night. I mean, Bush, no one will fight. Giannetti, we all know his story, long storied history with Cage Titans. He's been the guy that's been very tough to get fights for. So yeah, man, these guys are, whatever reason they need to win another fight before the UFC will take them, which I don't know why, but it's their loss at the UFC by not taking them by now is our gain. And we have an incredible UFC caliber fight in the main event on Saturday night. You know, speaking of setting a stage and a platform to progress people's career, guy right behind me, shout out to Jack Congdon. Jack Congdon fights tomorrow night on Dana White's Contender Series. He's battling for a contract in the UFC on Dana White's Contender Series. Made weight today. Tomorrow night he will fight for his contract. And Jack's a guy who's fought for Cage Titans his entire career, amateur career and pro career. You know, and we've seen him grow through the ranks as an amateur to our amateur champion, and we've seen him grow through the pro ranks. And, you know, which I love about Jack's career is, like, you know, he had an undefeated amateur career, then he was undefeated as a pro, took a huge, incredibly difficult fight early in his pro career, I think at 4-0, fell short in that in looking for a pro title, kind of licked his wounds, licked his chops, figured out what he needed to work on, made some adjustments, and then got right back on the horse. His very next fight, fought a Dana White Contender Series veteran, beat him, fought again, beat another guy, and he really kind of stuck with the formula of what we can provide at Cage Titans, which is consistency. You know, I think that's the biggest thing. You know what you're going to get from Cage Titans. You know the dates. You know the promotion level you're going to get behind. You know what we're going to put behind you. We know that you can. You know that we can get you the fights on the dates that we have. You know the dates well in advance. Next year, we already have our dates next year. So, you know, after Jack fell short roughly a year ago, a little over a year ago in his fight, he looked at the calendar and was like, all right, cool. There's, you know, 3 or more shows before the Contender Series starts booking again. I'm going to fight on these 2 so I can get 2 more wins and put myself in a position. And that's exactly what he did. So yeah, man, shout out to Jack Condon. We're all pulling for you. All of New England's pulling for you. We really hope you can pull it out tomorrow and you know, get that UFC contract. Jack will also be in the house next week for Fight Fest. So hopefully we'll be congratulating him on his UFC contract next week. And also, as you know, he was on the poster last show. I do have a case of beer cans, so that with this exact logo and everything on it. So I saved a case from last show. So maybe what we'll do is, if he gets that contract, we'll set him up a little table and see if he can autograph a bunch of cans for everybody that would want one. David Diaz, thank you for the very great compliment. Looking forward to your son competing against Zach Converse on Cage Titans 73. If Mick Sean pull it again, Marquez Forrest would take on either the winner. Marquez Forrest, I think I've heard that name before. 7-0 guy, something like that. But yeah, man, let's keep him in the loop. Let's keep him in the loop. See if we get him on a card if you know, it doesn't work out for Bush or Giannetti. I don't have a ton more. You know, today has been an incredible day with just how this fight came together and announcing it to you guys and getting you guys excited. The full fight cards are out on CageTitans.com. If you haven't seen them already, go on over to CageTitans.com. We have 3 amateur title fights going on Saturday night with 1 professional title, Nick Eldridge and Jacobo Opito. On Saturday night, Friday night, we have 2 title fights going on. We have our first ever brand new design Ring Titans title between James Johnson and Everett Terrain at the lightweight division, our first ever champion crowned at Ring Titans on our first show. And then later on in the night, we're going to crown a featherweight MMA champion, amateur featherweight MMA champion with arguably the top 2 featherweights in all of New England. Mike Jolliker, multiple time champion in different promotions, taking on Eric Wynn. So we got that. What about Kane? When this kid has made such an impact that he goes by one name, Kane Cowley will be competing in grappling to open up our Saturday night show, Cage Titans 73. He will be taking on, let me get his name. I don't know it off the top of my head. I have not put it on the card on the website, but Raymond Hickford. He'll be taking on Raymond Hickford out of BTT, New Hampshire. So King Collie will be making his return. Got to get Ring Titans on Tapology. Interesting. I will have to hit them up on Tapology. Usually they follow our pages and they just get it up there, but they might be confused with both shows. Yeah, so we have 2 grappling matches we have a grappling match on Friday to kick it off, and then we also have Kane, the kids Titans grappling will be opening up the show You guys have loved him, 14-year-old or 15. He might be 15-year-old, but he made his Cage Titans debut at 14. And he's had some incredible matches with this guy on the local scene, and they've really been going back and forth. So we figured we've had some great matches. Let's give you the big stage and throw you guys up there at Cage Titans 73 and open the night off with a bang. Ken was 13 when he first fought for us. Yeah, I think he's like 15 now. He did not look like a 13-year-old. He's a big kid. He's been making a lot of noise in the grappling scene. So yeah, so that's all I got for you tonight, man. We got Party, Zohan. Next week's gonna be fight week, man. It's gonna be incredible. This upcoming week is gonna be pretty insane for myself. 17 fights, 2 nights, 34 fights total, times 2 fighters, 68 fighters to license. Everybody gets 3 corners, so 192, whatever the hell the math is there. I don't even know what the hell the math is. I'm not even trying to do the math, but probably over 300 people are going to license in this next week. So it's going to be pretty crazy. Fighters, get your medicals in, get your licenses in, information in. We do have the fighter group. If you don't, or if you're not part of the fighter group, or you're watching us on YouTube or X and you don't have Facebook, the fighter group's on Facebook. So probably your mom or your dad have Facebook, or somebody has Facebook. Have them get into the group so they can read all the information. It's impossible for me to message all 68 fighters and all 100 coaches or whatever the case is to give them all the same answer. So I just put it in the group, try to make it easy. If you don't know, refer to the group. There you go. My fight is 4 days after my birthday, Mike. Does Cage Titans have a tab open at the tavern? Woo! You caught me in a good mood. We do, and I'll make sure you take care of. I'll take care of you. There you go. Happy birthday. Well, actually, it's 4 days after your birthday, but yeah, we'll take care of you, man. Actually, Brandon, I shared a great story. We were talking a little bit, and I'll just bore you one more time with one more story. That's what we're here for, anyways, for me to yap. But I was talking about the formula, the Cage Titans formula. He's going to make a dent. I'm sure you're going to, buddy. I've seen you on the dance floor at Main Street. I know you get down at the club. But anyways, I'll share a great story about Brandon. I talked a little bit about when we were talking about Jack and what you can expect and why I think we've been able to have success with getting fighters to the next level and things like that. He's a perfect example. We announced our schedule at the beginning of the year, and I was at the gym talking with Randy to kind of secure the details this weekend, and I see a phone, and I said, "Oh, whose phone is that?" With the Cage Titans zoomed in on it on September 13th, and then Brandon was like, "Oh, it's mine," and I was like, "Oh, cool." I said, "Oh, did you just put that on there for the fight?" And he's like, "No, I've had it on since the beginning of the year. This has been my goal to fight on this card since the beginning of the year," and it just was just such a kind of cool moment. It was probably a throwaway moment for most people. You might not have thought it, but it just really stuck with me. Because it kind of justified something I've talked about or I've always say and then real life. Like, I love releasing the schedule for the whole year. I love that it's not even September 13th, and November 15th is our next one. January 30th is the one after that. I think that what happens with some promotions is that they have their next show. When their next show is, but you have no clue when the one after that is. And some promotions, you don't even know if they're going to have a show after that. With us, you can really kind of take it to the bank once you see these. And it was kind of cool to see that we made such an impact in his life that since January when we released the schedule, he had this on his phone as his goal. So yeah, man, pretty stoked for that. I'm excited to see you. And honestly, that was a cool moment. Probably means not much to most people, but it meant something to me. So thank you for that. Are we doing a press conference? So I don't think we're going to do a press conference. There's a lot that goes into like the press conferences themselves. Keep saying I'm going to go, but if you ask me questions, I'll keep going. But a lot goes into the press conferences. And then there's a lot of things that go into like when I plan if I'm going to do a press conference. Top of the list are the guys going to talk. There's sometimes we have fights that I'm like, all right, I know if I put it together and do all the work of putting together a press conference, that guy's not a talker. This guy's not a talker. It's going to be a pretty lame press conference. It's not worth doing. So that's one. Sometimes it's logistics. If I have fighters coming in from out of state, they're at the hotel all day. So whatever, we'll do a press conference because it's just walk down the street. But the hometown guy, it also depends on how far away they live. If they live half an hour, it's cool to come down to Plymouth on Thursday and Friday and Saturday. But some of the other hometown guys, they might live an hour and a half away, and it's not cool to come down on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So with this one, some of that comes into play. I know Gianetti's not afraid of talking to Mike. I don't think Jacobo's really a guy to get in front of the camera. Jacobo and Nick Eldridge, and I would do a press conference, but we have so many moving parts on Thursday and Friday. Just throwing another one in there might be very difficult because we normally do the press conference on Thursday. But we have weigh-ins for Friday going on Thursday. We have our live with Lynch on Thursday for the Friday show. So I just think there's way too many moving parts. Trust me, though, you will have plenty of FaceTime with the fighters. We'll have plenty of marketing and interviews. So Thursday we'll have James Lynch will be flying in again, covering the event. So we'll be doing live at Lynch with all the fighters for Ring Titans. So we'll see the party. We'll see the Zohan. We'll get a chance to talk to them on Thursday, right after they get off the scales. Then we'll see everybody at the ceremonial weigh-ins, which will be also live streaming and interviewing after they, during the ceremonial weigh-ins. Then on Friday, so with those two things going on, where do we fit the press conference in? That's really kind of what the trouble was with the press conference this one. Then Friday, we'll have Lynch there doing a live with Lynch with all the fighters for Saturday, plus the ceremonial weigh-ins. Then it rolls into, the fights on Friday night. So, yeah, long-windedness. You know me, I'm long-winded. Grateful for the opportunity, man. We're grateful for you, for the opportunity for you, man. You competed with us in grappling, like Cage Titans 52. So it's been a couple of years to see you finally come back here and now throw the gloves on. If any fighters want a remote interview, feel free to reach out. 4 Ounces of Freedom across all platforms. Listen, man. Drop some DMs. I know the fighters would love to talk to you. We love promoting it. And if you interview them, collab us, we'll share it out. We're not a quiet promotion. We love to get as much shit out there we can. The floor seats Friday with the cage and ring set up. Good question. So again, if you haven't heard it, if you have heard this, not everybody watches this show at the same time all the time, every week. But essentially what we're doing on Friday is we're going to have the ring set up under the lighting truss, and then at intermission, remove the ring, and the cage is going to get wheeled into place and dropped under the lighting truss. With that being said, the way the floor is going to be set up, there's only going to be a very limited amount of floor seats on Friday. So basically from the lighting truss back to the stage will be no seats on the floor. The seats will only be right when you kind of walk down the stairs. If you haven't been to the venue, you probably have no clue what we're talking about, but hopefully John gets it. When you walk down the stairs or you come out of the entry where the bathrooms are and the concession for the food, there'll be seats there between there and the lighting truss. And then that's it. And then obviously everything in the balcony, mezzanine will all be one. So that's another question somebody asked. Is there no mezzanine? It's like, no, I just wrote balcony on the tickets because it will be the middle section and the top section one price. We're not doing two different pricing for the middle of the top. So if you get there first, you get in the middle. If you get there last, you get up top. We're just doing general admission for the seats. But yeah, so essentially we have the cage set up between the stage and the lighting truss. So when we remove that ring at intermission, we can just slide that forward and position it under the lighting truss. So we can't have seats on the floor during that, and why that's all going down. And probably the reason you're asking this, the other part of this is, if we sell floor seats, are they positioned for best viewing experience with the ring or the cage? That was another logistical thing. And then we came up with the idea of sliding the cage and the ring in at the same time. So hopefully that answers your question. Live streaming. Yes, Dave. If you can't be inside the building at Plymouth Memorial Hall, don't worry. Our broadcast partner, Spectation Sports, got you covered. Go over to spectationsports.com or cagetitans.com, and you can get the official link. Streaming exclusively on Spectation Sports. Don't fall for the scam links. Don't click links in the comments. Don't fall for friend requests from Cage Titans. We don't have a friend requesting Cage Titans page. Only place to watch Cage Titans 73 or Ring Titans 1. Both nights of Fight Fest will be on Spectation Sports. There you go, David. And for our fighters this week in our fighter group that I mentioned earlier, we'll be posting your fighter promotion codes, how to sign up for your promotion codes, because our fighters, just like tickets, they get compensated for all sales of the live stream. That's something that no other local promotion does. It's just a great opportunity that we'd love to give back to the fighters. So they receive money back, actually $20 per live stream that they sell. So there you go. Spectation Sports, and we will be sending in the group message how to sign up for your promo code and all that stuff this week. So I know you're already in the group message. I really don't got anything else. I mean, there's still 50 people watching. If you have a question, throw me one. If not, I'll give it about another minute, and I'm gonna get some work done. Get some more work done. If you want to hit me to talk about one of your fights, Andy's not here, but I can be fight analysis for a second. If not, I'll give it about 30 more seconds. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Let me get the original pins contract for the next Ring Titans. Let me get to the original pins contract for the next Ring Titans. I don't know what that means, John. So I don't know. I don't know what the original pins contract was for the next Ring Titans. We were going to do originally Ring Titans at Pins. Then Pins closed their doors. One day, all their employees showed up and it was locked and they didn't open. So that was the end of Pins. Joey, why did you come to the conclusion to do Ring Titans? Oh man, that's a good question. So this has been something that I'll bring you. Oh, you have a 1,400 square foot venue. Let me set you up. All right, send me a DM, man. If you got a venue, let's see what we can do. I don't know what you have for a venue. I'd love to know what it is because listen, you can take Ring Titans on the road. Anyways, going to the conclusion to the Ring Titans. All right, so I'm going to try to do my best job of speed telling this story. And if you know me well, nothing goes quick when it comes to me talking, but I'm going to try. All right, so 7 years ago, whatever you want to say, 7 years ago, pre-COVID, before God, AD, BC, pre-COVID, PC, we were on Flow Combat. We streamed on Flow Combat. Flow Combat at the time signed a Muay Thai promotion called Lion Fight to stream them. Lion Fights was doing shows at Foxwoods. Flow Combat called me up and said, hey, who streams your fight? Who's the camera crew when you send us the stream? I said, it's us. We own all our own cameras. We own our own switcher. We do all the stuff in-house all by ourselves. And he said, oh, well, we just signed a Lion Fight. They're going to be streaming on Flow Combat. Would you be interested in helping them out in streaming? And I said, sure. I'll get my crew together. We'll go down to Foxwoods and we'll stream the 3 events that you signed them for a contract with. When I showed up there, I saw a lot of familiar faces, a lot of guys that I knew from the MMA world. I saw them in the Muay Thai world there. And the talk, I guess they're out of business now. So the talk really was like, these guys suck, but they're the only Muay Thai promotion. So like, we're stuck fighting for these guys. They're like, why don't you do Muay Thai? And I was like, it's not really my thing. I mean, MMA was my thing. Like when I was a fighter, I didn't come from like a wrestling world. I didn't come from a boxing world or kickboxing. I fell in love in the 90s with watching the UFC 1. Like I was just into fighting. So anyways, I just said, it's not really a thing, but they're like, well, this guy sucks. He's a shitty promoter. He doesn't pay anybody. He bounces checks, this, that, and the other thing. He's like, you should do it. I'm like, they're on our broadcast partner. I'm just going to stick to collecting a check. Well, collecting a check didn't happen because he screwed me too. He didn't pay us. And we did, the first show for him, never got a check. Then we would do the second show because Flow Combat asked me, and I said, only if I get the check for the last one. So in my mind, if I do 2 shows, I get paid for 1 is better than doing 1 show and not getting paid. That's my mentality. So showed up, got the check, got paid in cash, and I did the second show. Same thing. Oh man, this guy sucks. I heard it all fucking night. Mike, why don't you do Muay Thai? Why don't you do Muay Thai? Didn't get paid for the second show, the last show on their deal. Third show came up, and I was like, listen, I got to get paid for the second one. Again, if I do 3 shows, get paid for 2, I'm happy. Did that third show, got paid for 2. Never heard from them again. And again, the whole story was this guy sucks. He doesn't pay people. He bounces checks. If you follow Lion Fights, you know how this story ends. These guys went out of business, owing people a ton of fucking money. They just kept fucking people over. And it was because guys, I realized everything I was hearing when I would show up to these shows. They're the only game in town. We have to. He owes us money, but I really want a Muay Thai fight. Like, there's no one else doing it. And I just thought that sucked. That absolutely sucked. And that's a shitty way to have to do things. And to be quite honest, that's why I started Cage Titans. I fought for AFO. I fought for PT Lorenzo. The guy's a piece of shit scumbag. Didn't pay fighters, ripped them off. My first fight, he barely paid me, didn't want to pay me. Like, there's just so many bad stories. And when I started Cage Titans, I was like, I can do this and I can do it better than what these people are doing. My background was in marketing and sales, and I love the sport. So that's what got Cage Titans going. And that's my fire, is like, fuck these scumbags ripping off fighters and doing, bad by these guys that are just like living their dreams out to compete. And I hated that. So that's why I started Cage Titans. And when I heard this about Muay Thai, I was like, fuck this guy. My last time I got paid for him, I went up to his hotel room. I followed him to his room. I was like, yo, listen, let's get this done. And I just hated that everybody I talked to would just tell me the same story. Like, they're the only game in town. So what do we got to do? We do kind of what you're doing, is like, I'll fight for your next card, but you have to pay me for your last one. And it just sucks. So I said, I'm going to try to do this. So we launched, if you remember back before COVID, we did 3 combat night cards where we launched combat night, which was a combination of Muay Thai and MMA. And, because of our limitations, we only had a cage. We just did Muay Thai in the cage. And a lot of people loved it. But we found that it was a lot of the MMA schools that loved it. The more traditional schools like Chip Maraza Pollard or, Jake Manini and Turbo Levine. Those guys were more into the traditional. So I didn't see that crossover to them coming to doing Muay Thai with us, because they wanted to see the traditional sense of Muay Thai. So we did those combo shows before COVID, and then since COVID stopped and we've been back, it's just been so fast forward. If you remember, we did grappling tournaments before COVID. Since COVID, it was just like making up for lost time for these fighters and just doing shows after show after show and just focusing on MMA. And we would do 1 or 2 Muay Thai fights on the card, but we never just saw an influx of Muay Thai fighters. And probably a couple months ago, I told you it was going to be a short story, but I guess not. But a couple months ago, Eric Grossman and Mark Meltzer came to me and were like, dude, the time's now, man. We have a Muay Thai schools. We have other Muay Thai schools that are looking for something different. We think you should do it. So I said, all right, let's give it a shot. And here we are. To be quite honest, when I said yes, Pins was still open. Back to John O'Connell's question. Pins was still open. And Pins is a venue that holds 600 people, 700 people. So I was like, it's a low risk. We'll do it at Pins. We'll get the ring. If, you don't have to really fill it up that much like a Cage Titans Memorial Hall show. We announced that we're doing it. And literally the week later, Pins just locked their doors and went out of business. And I was like, fuck. All these teams have been reaching out about getting on the first ever Ring Titans. The buzz was going. And now I'm like, what am I going to do? It's so hard to fill Memorial Hall and it's so expensive. We're not going to be doing a Cage Titans tentpole type show there. It's going to be very tough. But anyways, here we are. I said, fuck it, let's roll the ball and let's do it. That's it. That was kind of it. It was just like, you know what? Too many Muay Thai people have been asking about it, and pins was an easy one. But once that closed, I'll be honest, I was very scared and very skeptical about trying to do Memorial Hall. And then I just think Ring Titans is going to be a great event. Don't get it twisted. But I think I just had to taper my expectations a little bit. Like, it's going to be a Cage Titans event, but also remember, it's the first time doing this. So my expectations can't be that Ring Titans is going to be Cage Titans 73, which is I've been doing for 15 years and 73 events. This is rewind back to Cage Titans 1. It's Ring Titans 1. We've never done this before, and it's a lot of guys. Like, we have a lot of debuters. Like, we don't have a lot of marketing pieces behind these guys because they've never fought. We don't have the footage that we had to promote these fights. So it's going to be Cage Titans, but it's going to be, the start. It's going to be start of something special, I feel like. So we're going to see how it goes. I will say it's exceeded expectations so far. Originally, I'll be honest with you guys as well. That's why I love Table Titans. It's just like me talking. There's no script. There's no people telling me I can't say anything. It's exceeded expectations, to be quite honest. When I first started planning this fight fest, I didn't think the Muay Thai crowd was going to come through, nor were the fighters going to come through. So I made Friday night MMA and Muay Thai on the poster. That was strategic. On the poster, I did MMA and Muay Thai because in my head, if we didn't make enough Muay Thai matchups, I have it on the poster that's MMA as well. So I can just backfill it with a bunch of MMA fights, throw a couple Muay Thai fights on it, call it a day, and be like, yeah, man, I'm not doing Muay Thai anywhere more. I couldn't get enough fights to fill the card. And that's why now there's 2 MMA fights on Friday. The other 15 are Muay Thai. And the only reason that 2 MMA fights are on this card was because one of them could only do Friday night. And when I was in the early stages of planning this card, I was so nervous that I wouldn't get enough of the Muay Thai fights. I said, fuck it, I'll put it on Friday night. And I probably didn't have to put any MMA fights. So this exceeded my expectations in that regard. One regard that I'm kind of learning is Muay Thai fighters aren't really used to selling tickets, and that whole aspect of Cage Titans and the whole aspect that the MMA fighters are used to. MMA fighters are very aware that, like, hey, I'm fighting, we're selling tickets, I get paid off tickets, things of that nature. These Muay Thai guys, like, hey, you want any tickets? Oh, sure, I'll take 6. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Like, 6. You don't want 60? So I think that's just another aspect that we're going to kind of learn and have to kind of, bring along for the Muay Thai world, that, hey, this isn't a smoker at a local gym where you might only get 6 tickets because it's a gym that only holds 100 people. This is a venue that we're trying to fill up, and a majority of this is off of ticket sales from the fighters and people wanting to come and see you guys. And why I think it's a learning curve for us, and why I mentioned remember, it's our first one. What we pride ourselves on and what kind of makes us special is that, like, when we have these people fight for us, we're giving you ammunition to help sell your fights. Like, we have clips from your old fights, photos from your old fights, clips of other Muay Thai fights, and this, that, and the other thing to help promote the fights. Now we're kind of starting at square one. So, it's a little bit of a learning curve, but I think that once the Muay Thai fighters and some of the Muay Thai schools see what we do at Cage Titans, they'll get it, and then the crowds will start coming with that. I said it was going to be a quick one. Any chance we see Ring Titans, Grappling Titans, and a Cage Titans event as well? Maybe not in a weekend, but maybe over a month. So, yeah, so we are going to be bringing back Grappling Titans. We have been teasing it. We do have a grappling match on both nights. So we will get back to doing grappling tournaments, I would say 2026. We have a big announcement happening at Fight Fest regarding the quintets. That was very exciting for people. We did that a couple of years back at Combat Night 3, where we did 4-on-4 grappling tournament or grappling match. So yeah, so we're definitely going to be back grappling Titans and doing some big things with that. So stay tuned next Saturday, and we will be announcing something regarding that. But as for like our type of NAGA or grappling industries, we will do that again in the near future, probably 2026, because that's a question I get asked all the time. Not my question for you, Joey. Are you going to be there Friday and Saturday? So, John, you got a 3,000 capacity. Let's go. I mean, listen, man, DM me where this is. You got me on the edge of my seat. I think everybody else is on the edge of the seat. You got to tell us where is this place? Is it your place? That's so exciting, Joey. I'm pumped that you're going to be there. David Diaz, yeah, never had the chance to sell tickets. I think that's because people are used to in the Muay Thai and community doing smokers, so there's not really a chance to sell tickets. But yeah, man, that we get that opportunity here, and we're gonna give you the tools to do it, to sell the tickets. All right, I said 20 minutes ago I was done. Seems like people are still watching, but I don't have any new comments to answer for questions. So if I have a question, I'll give it an answer. If not, I'm gonna go. It's been on for an hour and 27 minutes. I'll give another minute to see if any questions pop up. Let me see if anything else exciting popped up on the phone. Oh, Joey Colleran. I wanted to know. He texted me. Handy's on the stream. I'll be able to be there Friday and Saturday. I took the night off of work. That's the type of commitment I love. I love that. And James Lynch, we're going to be doing the outside. Yes, please. There we go. Yes, we're going to do the outside, and drives are coming. All right. You guys are just watching me text at this point, so I'm not going to do that to you. So there you go, guys. Next weekend, Cage Titans Fight Fest. Another fun thing we were talking when I was giving the whole rundown of what happened with how I got started in doing the Muay Thai. And I also kind of touched on Grappling Titans. I said PC, pre-COVID. This has been 5 years in the making for me for this back-to-back night. April 3rd and April 4th, we were supposed to have a back-to-back event. Obviously, in 2020, COVID canceled that. We had 2 fight cards back-to-back, and it was going to be a Friday and Saturday event. So it's been 5 years in the making. Here we are finally kind of closing that loop that we had started back in April of 2020, when we were going to be doing back-to-back nights. So we're doing back-to-back nights. It's been 5 years in the making. We've done day-night doubleheaders. We've now done back-to-back nights. So next Friday, next Saturday, Cage Titans Fight Fest. Ring Titans 1 on Friday, night 1. Cage Titans 73, night 2. Joe the Party Penafiel versus Randy, the Zohan Costa Pro MMA Glove Muay Thai main event on Friday. Dakota Bush, Joe Giannetti, 2 UFC vets in the main event on Saturday. We're crowning an interim champion, Jacobo Pito, taking on Nick Eldridge in the co-main event. Between the 2 nights, we're giving away 2 titles or somebody's going to earn a title. Don't give them away. 2 titles we're going to be crowning on Friday night, including the first ever Ring Titans champion. And then we have 4 belts up for grabs on Saturday night. It's going to be an incredible weekend. Book your hotel. Do what you got to do. Call out of work like Joey Colleran. Whatever you got to do, I don't care. You got to be there. Be inside the building. Plymouth Memorial Hall. Get your tickets. Hit up your favorite fighter. Don't wait. Don't wait to fight week. Don't wait till the last minute. I'll tell you right now, Saturday, people are already asking me for tickets. So I'm going to do this. People are already selling out of Saturday's tickets, and they're already hitting me up asking for more. I'm going to challenge you guys. If you buy a ticket for Friday and you can't get one for Saturday, if you message me with proof that you have a Friday ticket, even though Saturday would be sold out, I will get you in the building somehow. So there you go. 4 ounces of freedom is driving 8.5 hours. Let's go. Make sure you say hello to me. I probably have already met you, but I meet so many people on fight night. So make sure you give me a yell. But yeah, so if you're hitting up your favorite fighter and they're out of tickets for Saturday, I'm going to start my own list. But you have to be there on Friday. You have to buy a ticket for Friday. And if you do, and you DM me and say, hey, listen, I got a ticket for Friday, but my contact is sold out and there's no tickets for Saturday, you DM me proof that you have that Friday ticket, I'll do something for you. That's it, guys. I appreciate all your time. I appreciate everybody that's still watching this late, man. I figured you guys would all get sick of listening to me talk after the party and Randy left, but you're still here. Let's go, guys. Fight Fest, September 2025. Get your tickets. I'll see you guys there. I'm playing the outro for real this time. See ya.
Then Plymouth, Massachusetts! Let's